Welcome everybody to Saves Together, a podcast about playing games together. Whether that means a co-op mode or passing the controllers back and forth or just playing the same game at the same time, it doesn't matter how, it only matters that it's together. Because if you save together, you stay together. I'm Craig McGowan, and this is my lovely co-host,
Grace Novak. Okay.
Today's episode is episode 3, and the topic is
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2. We're really far in the future. They've already made 2,000 of these things.
Yeah, a lot.
Grace,
What's up, Craig?
how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
What have you been playing?
Still Mario Odyssey.
Still Mario Odyssey.
Also,
Story of my life.
Big news, guys. Style Savvy 3 is coming to America. Yes, I know. Everyone has been dying to know this, but I'm very excited.
So you're excited?
I'm so excited. I played the demo. What I said
Wait,
that because
what?
recently there's a demo. on
Wait, you didn't
3DS.
tell me.
I didn't think you'd be interested.
I love those games.
You've never played those games.
Yes, I have. I made the little... She was like, I want to look beige for tonight, and I gave her a beige outfit.
Wait, are you played the game?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a great game. There's so many good
Yeah.
although sometimes I have problems with when it's like, make a cute, chic outfit, and then you make something that's clearly cute and
Okay, but you have
chic.
to go with the brand. It's all about the brand. Well, okay, let
I
me
didn't know
explain
that.
what they added to this new
Please,
game. They
please.
added nails. This is great. I love
Key,
nails.
as your hollow foil nails are currently sparkling in my moonlight.
Yes, I love nails. They added nails. They added watches. They added headphones as its own accessory, like
Smart,
subcategory.
because you have a lot of options. You have cat ear.
So far,
You
there's
have-
only one option I have. But I
What?
stopped playing the demo because it said demo save data cannot be brought over, and I was like, you know what?
Bummer.
Fuck this.
It's a demo for the new game.
It's a demo for the new game.
When does it come out?
The new game comes out December 25th, I believe.
Wow.
Christmas for me. Merry Christmas to me. I'm going to get Style Savvy 3.
Or
So
someone's
that's what
going to
I'm
get
playing.
you Styles Heavy 3.
That's true. It's eShop only, not no
So you're
physical
getting
release.
a piece of cardboard that says, I bought
Here's
you
some
Styles
money.
Heavy 3, go
Go get
download it.
So what are you playing?
More Mario.
Yeah, anything else?
I've also been playing Cold Sept Revolt on the 3DS. We both have been playing 3DS stuff.
I play my 3DS a lot. I love my 3DS, and I have so many 3DS games. I just want to say, I love my 3DS.
I like that. That's a good system.
It's a
Cold
great
Sept
one.
Revolt, I'm liking it. It's cool. The games take a long time.
Yeah, how long would you say? So it's not really like pick up and play?
No. It is because I
No.
close the lid and come back to it.
Right.
But 20 minutes or more, I feel like. And it's like kind of a little too long. I'm still going to play it. When I run out of stuff, we're in the busy season. But when I run out of stuff, I'm going to go back to it hard. But right now, it's a little long.
Yeah.
But it's not a super knock against it. It's just more than I expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. I like the way the game works. It's like Monopoly, but good.
I like Monopoly, frankly.
But
Hey, Monopoly's coming for the Switch. Did you hear?
yeah, did you see like 6-minute load times?
No.
We'll talk about that some other time. Maybe we'll do an
Wow,
episode.
That's not what I want to play.
Yeah, maybe we'll do an episode about Monopoly because I imagine that's co-op or competitive.
Yeah.
We'll be playing
I
that.
understand how Monopoly works.
We'll be playing that together. But enough about Monopoly, and let's get into Guild Wars 2.
This is the first MMO we're doing an episode on.
It is.
We plan on. I like MMOs. I have a history with MMOs.
And I have zero history with MMOs. So
Really?
a reverse of the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Where I've played a shitload of them and you've played none of it. Let's get into the history of Guild Wars 2. Developed by ArenaSoft, published by NCSoft, the same creators as the first one, Guild Wars 1. It was released on August 28th in 2012 for PC, and as I was doing some research for the game, just to make sure I got my facts right, I saw this. On September 18th, 2012, a Mac OS X client for Guild Wars 2 was released. It is currently in beta testing.
When
So
was
has
this
it-
released? 2012.
So I have no idea. I didn't look it up after that. I just thought that was interesting.
That
It could just be.
Wikipedia article might be not updated.
I'm hoping.
it's
I'm
still
hoping.
in beta. There's still beta testers out there.
Mac Guild
4
Wars
years
2
later.
players, if you're out there, let me know. Are you guys still in beta? Come over to us. Like we've been launched for years.
That's funny.
There have been a bunch of expansions since that. I'm not going to go through them all because I
There's
doubt.
only 2 for Guild Wars 2.
I thought there was a lot. Not like a lot,
I
but
think there's only 2.
which ones?
Well, the newest one, Path of Fire,
But
and then the one before that.
let me get to my shtick here.
Okay, it's a shtick.
My
bad.
So I don't think, because we played the free version, I don't think we saw any content from expansions.
I believe
at
it's
least.
only endgame
Yeah.
stuff.
So I wasn't gonna even talk about them because I know nothing about them,
Yeah.
and why pretend I do? And if you want a time frame for when we were playing, it was literally right at the launch of Path of Fire expansion, which was September 2017. That was when we were playing, and there was always news when you would log on about like, hey, the expansion's here or it's coming. But we didn't experience any of that because, like I said, we played just the free Guild Wars 2 thing.
And the free version, I believe, is everything in the main game up until you finish leveling, which is, I believe, is what's the end
50
cap?
probably 60.
I don't know, but basically it's like almost everything you'd experience without the expansions or everything in the end game. So most of the game, which is great.
Yeah, it definitely was like, oh, I can play that much for free. And it makes
Right.
sense to me why they did that, because the original game was a one-time fee. You buy the copy, and then you have the game. And I got the copy from a friend who bought the game like the day or recently after it had come out. It was like 2005. In his box, he had 3 codes that were account codes for the game. So he shared them, and it was amazing. But we always thought that was an error, that he got 3 of these cards that had like...
Oh, like it
was
came
like
with 3 cards?
It was like a key, like a CD key back in the day.
But his box came with 3 cards,
Yes,
you're saying?
and
That's so
and
weird.
we don't know if that was like a deal, like it was 2005. We were too stupid to Google, but we don't know if
Maybe
that was like...
that sounds like an error.
To me,
which
it
is
sounded.
crazy.
It always felt like it was an error to
Yeah.
us. So you could play Guild Wars 1. You pay the one-time fee, probably $50 at the time, and then you play the game.
Was it one of those things like Sims where you just have to install the code, or once you install the code, will it not work on other computers?
Never had another computer at that time to find out.
Yeah,
we
I'm
didn't
just
play
curious.
for
That
too
was always
long.
that's why this. I mean, that was always annoying to me.
Yeah, I think it was an account code, because I think I remember actually trying to go back and it worked. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna. That's Guild Wars 1. We're talking about Guild Wars 2.
Right, and I did not play Guild Wars 1.
Guild Wars 2 is way more an MMO.
Then Guild Wars 1.
Yeah, like a lot of MMO trappings that weren't in the first. The first, you start at a town, you make your way to the next town. From that town, you make your way to the next town.
You
make
started
your way to the
in a
next
town, you mean?
You started, yeah, like,
Okay.
and the walking from town to town, it was long. It took a long time. I could have been good. It could have been bad at games. Could have been bad at games.
Yeah, that could
But
be it.
either way, it was different than the way this is. This is a lot more like a normal MMO, so it wasn't surprising to me that it was free to play, free to start, but then they want you to buy expansions. That's a cool way to do it.
I think so, because the people that will put a lot of time in that game will spend the money to do all that end game stuff. So it makes sense.
Yeah. If I had beaten an MMO and then, I don't know. I've never played MMOs far enough to have the end game experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to me like a great way to continue people playing is to release them stuff. So get them there for free, and then be like, hey,
Right.
here's this really awesome shit. Now that you went through basically a tutorial, you know.
Right.
Genre of the game.
MMO.
MMO.
We've been saying it.
Let's get into the co-op factors. Maybe someday we'll have a better.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
I mean,
Does it
it's
work for you?
Self-explanatory.
It's
yeah.
the factors of the co-op.
The factors of the co-op.
Well, let's get into those factors of the co-op. What type of co-op is it?
I mean, what do you mean?
It's
I don't
online.
really understand.
It's like
that
online.
question.
Well, it could be co-op. It could be couch co-op, where you have to be together
Okay,
looking at the same
online, then
screen.
it's online.
It's online, like where you're both on your same separate computer, separate screens, separate adventures.
Right.
Split screen. Same screen, but the screen is split. That can be
Right.
very annoying.
It's
Borderlands.
not split screen.
Borderlands. Or then the same screen couch. I don't know why I read that twice. What's the loot system like?
The loot system is non-competitive, so that means that it's like every time you have a group of people that are going to kill a boss or like someone that's going to drop rare loot, everyone gets a chance at the loot. It's not like World of Warcraft where you're rolling for the rare loot and so one person will get it. It's everybody has a chance at something random dropping that could be rare, could not be rare.
For them.
For just them. Everyone sees something different.
Yes. So a sword drops on my screen and I say, "Hey, Grace, do you need that sword?" And you're like, "What sword? There's a gun." You know?
Could we trade in that game with the free version? The thing about the free version, there's also like limited.
Oh, there were limits.
There were.
I don't think we could trade.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe we can.
It's been a while since we played.
It's been a while.
Ooh.
I
Dude.
can't help it.
No, I
Every
know.
time I hear
yeah.
that.
But
All right,
dude,
moving on.
moving on. is the experience shared?
What does that mean? Oh, yes.
The experience.
I thought you were talking about the. So you say EXP for me? Say EXP?
See, XP. All right, let me write it
The
down.
experience is shared. Yes.
All right, is XP shared?
It's in.
So when you kill a mob, do I get the XP?
Yes,
we're
especially
up?
we're in a party, right? When you're in
Are
a party.
you sure about that?
I am pretty sure. I am not 100% sure.
Well, when we get to the experience part of this, our personal experience, not XP.
Okay, the
will
experience
discuss...
is shared. There are other things that are not shared.
Mhm.
So party objectives are not shared.
We're gonna get there because that's...
Well, that's not experience. That's a co-op factor of the game. If you're partnered with somebody in a party and you're both trying to do a quest, you need to know that like the way the quest bar fills up is different for each player. So if he defeats an enemy that I need to also defeat, it's not going to count for me necessarily.
Yeah, and
that's
a big old bummer.
Mm-hmm.
For me, anyways. Friendly fire. Can you hurt each other? I don't.
No, not unless you duel.
Is there dueling like
There's
anywhere, or do we have to go to a specific arena?
I think you have to probably go somewhere.
We didn't experience any of that at all.
Yeah.
We didn't even try, honestly.
No.
I never even thought about it. I should have.
No.
Are there? What's the progression like? Are there things to unlock? It's your standard MMO fare.
Right. So you unlock, you do all the quests in an area, you level up as you go, then once you are high enough, like once you've done all the quests or once you're high enough level, you move on to the next area. And you unlock, new abilities and new class systems as you go.
And since we're playing an MMO where we're logging on to servers, there's no reason for this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Drop in, drop out.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess in a way.
Yeah.
But it's not a personal, it's like an MMO. So if you've played any MMOs, you understand how the co-op here works. It's only co-op because we group up together.
Right.
Because we said, meet me here, and we'll party up. I have a category written on my sheet that I still don't understand why I put it here. So maybe we can figure this out on this episode 3. I've always skipped it. Playing with random people, ? Why did I write this?
I don't know.
What does this mean?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you play with random people because it's an MMO.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. What was the random people experience like? And in this, no one really talked.
Okay, so just some my experience, I have played MMOs. So in World of Warcraft was my favorite and the one I played the longest.
So basically, is World of Warcraft your... And I think it's everybody's, but is it like your frame of reference for an MMO? Like when you think of MMO,
right.
You think of how WoW works?
Yeah.
Cool.
I also think of RuneScape, and I played that before WoW. I wouldn't say that's so much of it is an MMO in a way, but it's, it's unique, and that was like before World of Warcraft. And then, yeah, I would say World of Warcraft is definitely my frame.
Just so everybody knows, that's where she's coming from. So the people
don't really talk in this one. Like we would try to interact with people, either in like a roleplay element or just talking to them, asking them questions. And most people didn't talk except in like general chat, asking like, I think there was one nice thing where they would be like, hey, this in World of Warcraft, in Guild Wars 2, there are like events going on, world events that anyone can participate in. So the nice thing was people would usually alert others on the map if like, hey, this world event's going on, this big boss is coming, everyone come here, you'll get this, you can all fight and get a rare drop. So that was nice. That felt like very friendly to me, that people would let, others know. We didn't really know when when like events would happen, but they did, because I think there's like a clock online you can look at. So that was nice. Other than that, there wasn't a lot of random people interaction.
Right. And if we say we were role playing or we were interacting, we're not being like dicks. We're not like making fun of people.
Like,
I'm usually it may be like silly, like, whoa, where'd you get that bike? But like maybe it comes across as rude, but
I don't think
you know
so.
What I mean?
I've played MMOs.
So it's not like we were trying to egg people on. We weren't trolling it or something like that.
Right.
We like maybe you don't want to role play with us, but like you could be like, shut up, LOL, or what? Like nobody seemed to really interact.
Right.
Difficulty of the co-op. So, or just
pretty easy game so far. We did not get very far. So our experience is limited in that we got to about level 25. So that's about we know. I mean, sometimes it was more difficult than other times.
For this podcast, we'll probably be doing an episode on an MMO every once in a while because when we're done with one, when we decide we'd like to move on, we're going to start another MMO. And all of that will be separate from other co-op kind of stuff we play.
Right.
We play MMOs usually on weeknights when we're separate, when we're not playing games together on weekends or whatever. So so we're going to be trying all kinds of MMOs. I just felt like the need to share that with people.
Yeah, I think it's important to know.
And I don't think it should be a separate shouldn't be like a separate podcast. I don't
No.
think. It's the co-op experience of these. But so be on the lookout for the next MMO that we're gonna try. Competitiveness in the co-op.
Not really.
Yeah,
Because the loot is non-competitive.
the loot isn't on the client, it's on you, you
Mhm.
know? But I will say, like you mentioned how if our task was to kill 5 rabbits and you kill a rabbit and we're in a party, we both have the same mission, it doesn't count as a kill for me. So I guess it doesn't feel, it did
was
feel
weird
competitive because
you can both attack the monster and gain EXP from attacking the monster, but I couldn't tell when the monster was for me or for you. Like, I think we both had to be attacking it, right? And then if it died after when we were both attacking it,
if we
that would
both
count for
attacked
both
it,
of
that
us.
counts for both of us.
But if for
But
some
if
reason
you
we
were
separated,
and we did because just whatever
we were just looking around.
whatever, yeah, the
It felt
game
natural.
design didn't keep us attacking the same guy. We
Right,
spread out.
the way MMOs work is that the enemies are spread out in an area for that quest.
So we would be sprawled out, and she'd be killing somebody. Like, I'm done. I'm like, I've been looking for a guy for the last 10 minutes.
And I wouldn't even
Like,
say that's like necessarily competitive, but it just feels
It's not.
it definitely like stutters the gameplay
Yeah.
because you don't want to move on without the person you're playing with, because it's like, well, that's, I mean, I think because the nature of MMOs is most people don't play like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You play alone, and then
I would say you play with people that just show up on your server. So you get to know people that you meet through the MMO. They have a guild, and you join their guild, and then you go on raids together. That's where the big cooperative
right.
play comes. I would say most people don't go through quests together, but I think there are definitely people that do.
I mean, because I do. That's what I
Right.
wanted. Because when
Most-
I
I
found
think
out
there are
it
people
wasn't
that do.
happening, I was like, yo, this is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the reason that reminded me of that, the competitive, oh wow, the competitiveness reminded me of that, of how it wasn't shared, was if you killed something and I didn't get any hits on it, I now had to go find another one. It was like, you just, like, and I feel that the mobs were, like, sparse. Like, we'd start a mission
Sometimes
and
they
there'd be
were,
a
yeah.
bunch, and it'd be like, oh, this is great. And then all of a sudden, I would need 5 more, and I can't find one, and it would take 2-3 minutes to find one, and I got to do that 4 more times. And, ugh.
And I think a lot
So-
of your frustration also came from just like you said, you're not as experienced in MMO, so I kind of know they're all like by nature very similar, and trying to understand how to play through them and beat them and understand like what the symbology means. So I kind of knew what things were more naturally than you did.
Or
So
even
I think that's why it was frustrating for you
just
too.
the mental space of, like, this is what's going to happen, is I'm going to have to look for a second to find a guy or something. Because
Right.
I was just like, this, dude, you killed 5. Why doesn't it count for me? Like, let's
Right.
bring the, And I don't know why I came at it that way. That's just what I think should happen, because I've played a little bit of WoW, I've played a little bit of Star Wars, I've played a little bit of a few MMOs. I wouldn't call myself an MMO player at all. But I felt like every time I did those with people, it was a shared thing.
Yeah, most of them I would say, yeah, especially WoW.
So I felt this
shared.
was very strange that it wasn't.
Like if you're in a party in WoW and you were doing a quest together, that if you were, as long as you were in the party together, you were getting the objectives finished together.
Which is
Like if someone went and killed something and you were doing something else, it would still count for you.
yeah. Like, I understand if you were across the map on another, like,
Right.
in another place, fine. Like, that shouldn't count. But, like, when we're together, like, it should count, man.
Yeah.
And lastly, in our factors here, the strategy and tactics. I don't remember ever discussing any plans about
There
any.
weren't a lot of strategy, and maybe that changes as the game goes on and you're higher level and you understand, but the game's also complicated in its abilities. We had a hard time understanding, like, well, first of all, I think one of the cool things is you can switch your weapon back and forth. So you can go from one ability set to another just with a button in the middle of combat. So I could go from a mace to something else, and it would be completely different range of abilities, but it was hard to understand what each ability did in full. Like, you'd really have to sit there and read it, like, okay, this does this and this and this. It's hard to remember.
And it was using lingo, not like MMO lingo, but like lore lingo, or maybe not lore, but
Was it?
Guild Wars 2 specifically words. I was like, I don't know what you're saying to me.
Right, so us
you know?
strategizing didn't super happen, because
Right.
we basically kind of just spammed
My strategy
buttons.
was press that one because it looked kind of cool. So let's move on to our experience. We didn't even discover what we played as. We
I
played.
didn't discover.
We didn't. Did I say discover?
Yeah.
What I meant was tell the people. We didn't
Oh.
even tell the people the types of class and character. What was our race?
We were Norns. We both
Norns.
started as the Norn.
Because we
Race?
wanted to stick together.
Right. We know in World of Warcraft, and I'm pretty sure this is true in Guild Wars as well, if you start as different races, you are in different places.
And I want to start
And the
as
same tutorial, like a tutorial island,
Yeah.
basically.
and I played a necromancer, a Nornish necromancer.
And I was a guardian.
And I think the point of necromancy was healing, and that's what drawn me to it. I like
A
support.
little bit. It was also a lot of
Heals and-
damage over time.
Yeah.
And I was guardian, which was like a tanky, more defensive character.
So yeah, you covered the weird attacking,
The weird attacking?
like the weird like
Oh, right.
the
The way.
spells or skills not making sense to me,
Mhm.
anyways. And we
No,
played,
I had trouble understanding them too.
we played for maybe
I think
20
World
hours.
of Warcraft is good because it kind of makes it much more simple when it comes to, especially at the beginning. I think
that was-
what's hard, because if
yes.
at the beginning it's simple, like this does 5 damage over time, that's all it does.
Yeah.
Like at least I understand what it does, and then when you get better in the game, the abilities get more complicated. But Guild Wars 2, you start off complicated. You're like, whoa, this does 6 things. I'm not gonna remember just from looking at it as I'm
Yeah.
fighting. You know,
And it's doing stuff, if I recall correctly, and I tried to wipe a lot of this game out of my brain.
Oh,
If I recall correctly, it's doing kind of unique stuff where it's
yeah,
like
it is.
it's making them bleed, but only if they step on this thing, but only if they've been eating fish since Thursday. You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe it's been evidence to you guys, but I did not enjoy this. Did
Mm-hmm.
you? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it some of the time. I think it was an interesting MMO. It had some unique things that I liked about it. I liked the quests. I know you didn't. I liked the way the quests were a little bit different from a normal MMO, where
That's
if you
true.
like kill X amount of this thing or gather X amount of this thing, it was close to that, but a little more open ended, a little more storytelling.
You'd go to a zone. So let's say you walk into New York City, and then within New York City you have to do these 5 things. You can do them however you want. Then you're done with that area.
Yeah, so it'd
you
be
know?
like protect the rabbits from the attackers, and
Yeah.
there was multiple ways you could do it, and it felt a little more innovative. It felt a little more creative than an MMO quest, which I still don't mind. Like I mean World of Warcraft, a
Yeah.
World of Warcraft quest, but
Saying MMO quests, like,
that's what I
Makes
mean.
sense.
MMO equals World of Warcraft.
it's I did like it actually, but then it started to wear thin on me. For
Yeah.
me, I was just like, all right, I'd like to just do something more than like
You liked the
Go to this
world
place.
bosses. You liked the events.
when people in the chat would be like, all right, the giant worm is up in 6 minutes. I was like, yeah, let's go. So those were fun. I liked that,
I know you liked the loot. They had a lot of different kinds of loot.
and it changes appearance.
Yeah, and you can also
I like-
change the color however you want, which is nice.
That is one of the best parts about the game. I'd say, which is maybe
so you
not
can
saying
still
much.
like look cool. So like sometimes you're in a game and you get an armor, and it's much better, but you're like, but I won't look as cool anymore. But in Guild Wars 2, you can
dye it.
recolor it for free, and you gather more dyes as you play. And if you're like a paid member, then you get even more.
And it's not like, oh, you have one vial of dye,
Yeah.
use it. It's
like
like, hey, you got
unlimited.
this color, click it wherever you want. And each
Right.
item, each equipment, each armor piece had like 3 color,
choices, like where
choices,
you
like-
could color it on the armor.
so you could pick, and that was very fun to do. It was like, today
Yeah.
I feel like being like a blue and an orange, and you know,
Right.
that was really cool. I think all MMOs or character-based games where you're playing a character could benefit from that, where that solves the problem of you not looking cool
Mm-hmm.
by making it so the color changes.
Like
but you
it's like it's still unique in what it is, but you have more like control over what it looks like,
Yeah.
which is cool.
because like yeah, you put on the like I have one shoulder that has a giant skull on it, and the rest of me is like holy swords and holy
Right.
like light rays. It's like that doesn't make any sense.
But at
if
least you can match the color.
if you can match the color, it hides it a little bit and
and
maybe
looks kind of cool.
But yeah, I didn't feel like playing this game together was playing this game together.
Yeah.
To me, it only felt like we were together because we were talking together. Since her killing the rabbit didn't impact my quest, it was no different than if we were just on separate servers.
Yeah, it felt like playing kind of adjacently.
Yeah, which is not a problem. Playing games at the same time together is totally fun once in a while. But I guess I went into it with the wrong expectation. Maybe.
Yeah.
If I had known that about it, maybe it wouldn't have soured my opinion so much. But
Mhm.
I don't want to ever play this game again because I was like, this isn't fun. Like it's too much work, not enough fun.
Right, I can understand that.
I did really like the jumping puzzle thing though.
Oh, I was up and down on that. There's a weird thing
Because
in
she
that
was
game
jumping.
where they no, shut up. What are you
She
about
was
to say?
she was up and down because she was jumping.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. No, there was weird like platforming challenges in this game, which is bizarre for an MMO because usually in MMOs like that's not a thing you do because the way the geography of like a huge world works is it's not very precise because
Right.
there's so much of it. So there would be like sometimes there'd be little areas where you need to climb all the way up this ruin and then you'll get something collectible on the map and it was kind of fun. It was really challenging because like I said,
Oh.
not precise
We spent
whatsoever. But I liked it because it was different. It was
was fun.
refreshing in an MMO.
we were supposed to be going to bed. We were supposed to be logging off, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this one more time. I think I spent like maybe 2 hours at
Yeah,
that.
you got mad though. You got mad.
Oh, I was getting frustrated, but it wasn't the same type of frustration because
Yeah.
I wasn't frustrated with the game design. I was frustrated with myself not successfully jumping this thing.
Right.
We only did one. I think there's a bunch of them in there.
We
or
did
at
like
least
one or two, I think.
Yeah, maybe we did do two, but there was
But
one
that
I
one we
remember,
remembered with the
and
ruins.
it was like ruins of a mine, I think, or something. Maybe it was just ruins, and you would jump up, and man, it was cool, and it wasn't easy to see where you had to go. You really did feel like you had to discover, and watching other players do it, like to give you a little hint. Like I'd see someone run to my left, I'd be like, oh. Shit, I'm looking in the wrong way. He's going there, and
Right.
like it's not guaranteed that he knows where he's going either.
But he probably does.
But he probably does. But I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
when I successfully did it, felt worth it to me in the sense of I had like it ended up being fun. It wasn't like, oh great, finish that, let's move on. Like I was like, yeah, but I don't know how many of those I could do before it wears thin. Like maybe if there's like 20 of them in the game and you're experiencing them once every 13, 14, 15 hours, like okay, that's fine. But if there's like way too many of those, they're not important though. They're not like crucial, right?
Right. Like I said, it's just like a collectible map thing. So
Yeah.
if you're like me and like you like getting everything on the map, then you
And
care
XP.
about it.
It gives you some experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything in that game. Most MMOs give you experience.
For like
Just for anything. Just to walk in a new place. You're like,
Genius.
oh, you just leveled up.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. We did we had a blitz day where we said we're just gonna fucking run on along this map.
We were trying to get to somewhere where we figured out, oh, that's something you need to be like an end game for.
That makes it sound like we knew that.
Well, like I said, as we found out
Right,
later,
yes.
we didn't know.
Yeah, I was like, I want to go to this sparkly dot. I have this mission that says go here,
And it was,
and
like,
I saw
far
like, all
away.
right, there's a way, and we would just run, and like as dudes were attacking, we're running by, and they're like, fireballs are whizzing past your head. You're taking a little damage, and you just keep running and keep running and keep running. Don't stop, and you get to a save spot, like a respawn area, and you're like, yes, all right, that's a checkpoint. You just keep running. Oh fuck, I went the wrong damn way.
That's kind of like how it is back when WoW first started, when you needed to get to Stormwind from Ironforge as a low-level player, and you have to go through all these high-level zones.
gauntlet.
It's like the same thing. Yeah, it is like the gauntlet.
Guild Wars 1 felt like that. And that was the way we were playing, and again,
But you
we
said
were
you
playing
didn't like
wrong.
all that running.
No, I didn't like Guild Wars 1. Guess what I stopped playing? Guild Wars
okay.
1. Guild Wars 1 would be there. The gauntlet between towns was long, and eventually, and it could have just been my 14, 15-year-old brain, but eventually I was like, I don't want to do all this fighting. I just want to get to the town and see what's over there. So it became blitz, 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 run, run, run. And I don't know. It's a weird thing. I liked it in a way of like, it was a unique challenge, but
Yeah.
that's not the game design. It's not supposed to be like that.
Right.
But it was something that we did that I actually think is funny and fun. Yeah, you got any other thoughts on Guild Wars 2 that you want to say?
I don't think so. We didn't play very long, and we're probably not going to go back to it.
I'm definitely not. You have mentioned that you would by
yeah,
yourself,
but
maybe.
then I did like one time, and I was like, I don't care. I just don't care.
I think if you wanted to solo an MMO, you should just go play WoW.
Yeah, I love WoW.
Yeah.
And
Or
I'd
maybe-
go back to it. I used to play a lot when I was younger, but those are the kind of games that suck the time out of your life. And now when I like need to do other things,
Yeah.
I don't like when you're a kid and you have all summer to play games, like that's totally different. I don't have that time anymore. But it was a great game. I would play it again with
That's the
you
thing.
though.
That's what I was gonna
Like
say.
if you solo it, you feel like when we play together, it's like we only have this much time to do it, and we're restricted to that. So
Yeah.
it feels like that's more healthy than like I'm gonna spend 12 hours playing this MMO. Like, don't do that.
I am totally down to play WoW, so maybe we'll do a future episode on World of Warcraft.
That would be great. The only thing is, WoW does cost money.
I'm okay with playing. The fact that
It's
this was
a
free.
subscription based as well.
Yeah, I'm okay with that if I know that we're making an episode out of it. Like I'm
Yeah.
experiencing something you have, like you love. I would, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm down, but that's another time, another dollar. That's not the saying. Another day, another dollar, and another time,
day,
another
dollar.
place.
Yeah.
Another day, another time. Another time, place, dollar. So I think that doesn't wrap it up. We got to do the very, very, very important rating.
Oh yeah.
And I think you added yourself a decimal.
I added 1 decimal.
On episode 2, she added herself a decimal.
I'm
so she has her very important 1 decimal.
Yes, out of 5.
Out of 5, but
I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 3.4.
A 3.4, and me and my very, very important 3 decimal places, I'm giving it a 2.424.
Okay.
2.424.
Fair.
I don't think it is a bad game.
No,
I didn't go through this thinking, man, this sucks. I think
it's a unique MMO that a lot of people who play MMOs could enjoy.
I bet if you played WoW and you're like, I just want something a little different,
yeah.
you could play this and be like, okay, that was enough different. Let's go back to WoW.
No, I think you can really enjoy Guild Wars 2, and people do.
Yeah, definitely. So
we didn't.
My rating is my experience.
Yes.
I don't want to give it a 1 because it's not bad. I enjoyed. The combat is MMO combat. There's no faults with this game. I just don't want to not play together.
Right. Yeah, the co-op situation wasn't great.
And guess what? This is a co-op podcast, so Guild Wars 2,
you suck.
Get out of here. So before we end the episode, we like to give you guys a little bit of news, but I couldn't find any news stories that I thought would be interesting. So I came up with an idea, and we put a bunch of here. You hear that? You hear that? That's paper.
That's some ASMR shit.
That's some ASMR.
Okay, that's.
Oh, sorry. I have a mug in my hands, and it's actually homemade by.
I painted that mug.
Painted. It's home painted.
Home painted.
In Persona 4 color scheme.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
It's my ugliest one.
It's definitely her ugliest one. I wanted her to say it. I wanted her to say it. I wasn't going to say it. I wanted her to say it.
Listen, I had fun. That's all that matters. Okay?
That's all that matters. See? That's the right answer.
Go paint something. You might enjoy it even if you're not good. That's my advice for today.
But that's not the end of the episode because we have to get to what's inside this mug. It's a bunch of games that we wrote down and we're going to add more. Single player games or...
With a little multiplayer.
Whatever.
This is important to know. You'll figure it out. I'm
going to reach into this cup, pull out a game, and we're going to add a co-op mode to it. We're going to come up with what we think would be fun to be co-op. And it can be anything from like an actual really good idea or like just something ridiculous that would never happen. So I couldn't tell you what types of games are in here. And we'll do this whenever we don't have news. Maybe we'll do one of these real quick because I think it could be fun.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one. Do you want to pull it?
No, you pull it.
Okay, good, because I already pulled one.
Yeah.
I didn't look at it yet. Here we go. I'm unraveling. We folded them way too much. Hilariously, it's Persona 5.
Why is that hilarious?
Because it's the Persona Cup.
Oh.
It knew.
Persona 4 Cup, though.
So Persona 5, Grace Novak, Persona 5.
We've both played it.
We've both played it. We've beaten it.
We played it, like, at the same time, too.
Yep. We could do an episode on it.
I wouldn't. Because at the end of the day, we decided playing, like, adjacently, like, in the same room was, like, weird.
Way too
because
spoilery.
We didn't want to get spoiled. So we ended up just kind of going at our own pace. And we wouldn't talk about it because we didn't want to spoil each other.
Yeah. So maybe we won't do an episode on it.
Maybe we won't.
But
this is our episode on it right now.
They just released a new press release.
Oh, is this your fake like?
That says a co-op mode is coming. Grace Novak, will you read this?
Shit.
Tell me what's in the co-op mode for Persona 5.
You can be the cat. Someone can be Mona, the cat.
Oh, and do you get to make them go to bed?
That's right.
There's a
you
button.
Decide whether or not the player gets to do their activity at the end of the night or not.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, go to bed, fucker.
Do you are you stuck?
You have your own separate levels.
You have your own so you know like when she goes off or he. Did that ever get like
It
resolved?
was a he. No,
it's
that was
definitely
resolved. It was definitely a he. I think
Okay.
it was discussed in the game.
Okay.
So at some point, the protagonist brings Mona around in his school bag. So maybe, and then the protagonist goes through the school.
While you're doing your school day,
the cat
Mona
is doing
Moana.
some shit.
What's its name?
Moana?
Is it Mona? It's not Moana.
It's Mona.
It's
right?
Morgana.
Oh
and
my
they
God,
shorten
it's
it to
Morgana.
Mona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Do
I
I
was just
sound
like,
dumb
that sounds
now?
weird. No.
Listen, it's been a couple months.
I think it got shortened. But yeah, and I like that. So you do your day as boy.
As boy.
And then I do my day as cat,
As cat.
and I pick like, do you want to use the litter box?
Yeah.
Do you
like
want
a
to eat
cat
some
simulator.
food? Yeah. But you only get one thing. Like,
But
it's
do you
like
think Morgana would want to use a litter box? I feel like Morgana's
she'll use a
like,
toilet.
I'm not a cat.
You have to train. You have to use the toilet and fail many days before
This
you've learned how to
game
use the
is
toilet.
starting to sound gross.
It's not. It's just like you sitting there. It's like, nope, didn't work. Womp womp.
So it's sort of like how the protagonist levels his charm
Yeah,
and whatever,
That's
but
what I'm
you
saying.
have cat.
you have cat stuff.
So toilet.
So house training
House
or
training.
like
Poor Morgana.
litter.
This is so sad.
food hunting,
So it's so primitive.
charm.
I feel like Morgana's more intelligent a creature.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Okay, so maybe when the character's doing they're going to the movies to like raise their knowledge, then you can choose one.
You can choose to watch the movie
Or you can
because you
choose
could poke your little head out the little bag.
You can choose to go chase a mouse.
You could chase a mouse you saw running the thing, or you could eat. You could steal some popcorn from the people behind you
Okay.
because you're a cat. So you'd be like, da-na, da-na, you know.
And it would raise your. So how would it work in combat with the cat? Because you can have Morgana is actually a playable character in the party.
You get to select your attack. The other person doesn't. So
The other person doesn't.
like the way it is now is you choose the
I see
attacks
what
for
you're
the.
saying.
for
Okay,
this
so
one,
it would be the same sort of like turn-based RPG combat, but you just got to choose your own attack.
yeah.
So that would be kind of competitive because you could be like, you know what, I'm actually not going to heal you because Morgana would heal a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, so the hope would be that your co-op partner, that you'd be on the same page,
Right.
but you could sabotage the whole thing if you wanted because
You
you're a
could.
cat and
You
you
could
do
be
whatever
like,
the hell you want.
I'm actually just going to get the hell out of here and go use the toilet again.
You can quit. Yeah, you can quit to go raise your litter skill.
Yeah.
What other cat things could you do if you? I like this. I want to play this.
Yeah. Well, I knew you would. That's why I said it really for your benefit because Craig
Thank
loves
you.
cats.
And I do.
Lick yourself? I'm trying to think of
Like
what
a
cats
grooming
do.
day. Like you could, all right, sit on the couch and groom, and then it just does
That'd
the
be
thing.
charm.
Yeah.
So it'd be charm, litter.
It doesn't have to be called litter, but it's just
I
like
don't know.
catness, I guess.
Catness.
Cattiness.
Like from Harvest
Nope.
Moon. What was I gonna say? Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Nope, it's not. You're not raising your catness, but you're raising your catness. Catness. Oh God.
Catness.
Catness.
Your cat levels.
I like that, and I
Yeah.
think that would work well actually. I mean,
I don't think it would.
not to put it into. No. Sorry. Wait a minute. No, that would be great.
Okay.
But if the next Persona had like a co-op mode, ooh,
I don't think that would work for a game like Persona.
yeah, you
it's
think
just too long.
that's
right?
true?
Is that the issue?
You could have a separate mode where you play as the twins from, you know what I mean, or like whatever. Like
What
you
would
could
you
have
do?
you could have a separate. That would be. What if the co-op mode was a separate mode, so shorter, similar stuff, but
Mhm.
then those characters that you played there impact the single player. So like if you level them up there, they're leveled up in the single player.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
That would work. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Well, we got this whole cup here.
Oh my god.
And we'll get back to them later at some point. If you have any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Twitter probably is the easiest way right now.
Yeah.
Hit us up on
Tweet
Twitter.
us.
Tweet us
Saves together. At Saves
at
Together.
Saves Together. Let us know some games we should add to the cup. We need a name for this segment. The
That's
cup.
a good point. If you have ideas for names,
It's like armchair co-op game design, but that's
a pretty good name.
actually that's kind of cool because I picture it as like a instructions manual, like a very like technical manual, like armchair co-op game. You know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Never mind. Well, thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Saves Together. That's been the third episode.
That's right.
Wow. 3. You don't get to say that at 3, right? It's usually more like 50 when people
Yeah,
start
it's
saying
not
that stuff.
impressive.
Oh.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed.
Anyway, keep it sleazy.
Yeah. We
Keep
need to
it
figure out this.
sexy.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're get out there and play some games together.
See ya.
We'll work on the ending, I promise.
Ending's perfect. Bye.
See you later.